What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Tom Trips Out. It's a live stream video from my phone. I make actual proper videos with a camera and editing and real topics and everything, so you can check out the channel and subscribe, and they're organized in playlists so you can easily find what you like. Hello. But for now, today is just a live stream, and I do this like once or twice a week to connect with you guys in real time, and you can ask me questions and I'll tell you stories of what's going on, and we're walking into town. And yesterday I was walking around for half the day, so I get home in the early afternoon. I go to open my door and my keys are not in my pocket, and it's just two little keys on a ring. It's not like a giant keychain on it or anything. And there's nothing in my pocket anymore. And I feel around in my pocket, and there's a little hole in the bottom of my pocket, so it wasn't my fault. Like, it fell out through a hole in my pocket. Oh. So I'm gonna retrace where I walked yesterday and hope that I just see it laying there. I think it's a pretty okay chance. It wasn't raining, I don't think. It didn't wash away or anything. No one can really get anything out of stealing it. But it was when I did the video on dating and what the dating culture is like here. And so I walked into town exactly the way we're going now. And I stopped in at Studebaker Guest House my camera was too full, so I had to sit down and erase a bunch of files. I forgot to do it at home. So I was in there, and then I continued past there to the beach, and I walked along the beach, so that could be bad if it's buried in the sand. And then I went up to this patio called Riki Tiki Tavi. And in the video, that's the 3 locations. I'm speaking some points, like on this road I'm on right now was one place, and then the other place was walking on the beach, and the last place was like having a drink on the patio thing. So I usually walk into town every day anyways, and I have a plan for another video, like about what to pack when you're packing to come here or move here. It'll be like 5 packing mistakes that people make when they're, packing, filling their suitcase. What you need to bring, but more importantly, what you don't need to bring. There's a bunch of people on bikes coming over here. So I have my real camera with me too, so I guess just there I could have missed some ground. I'm never gonna find it. So in that story, hey, someone's saying hello. I said this already, but I had a small hole in my pocket yesterday. So long story short, I get home and I go to unlock my door, and feeling around, I find a hole in so it fell through out my pocket somewhere. So I'm gonna walk the same places and just hopefully see it. But it doesn't matter. Like, then I texted my landlord right in that moment, and like 2 minutes later, he just lives there too. So he just walked out and gave me another key. And he didn't charge me anything. But like, we're not changing the locks or anything, so if I can find them, then that's still good. Yeah, we can talk about teaching and, leaving your old life behind to move here to become a teacher. That's what my channel is really all about. I've got tons of informative videos, especially lately. I'm focusing more on information videos instead of like, oh, here's me in a kayak with my friends. It's more like, here's how the money works. Here's how you save on electricity. Here, dating and getting towards marriage here and stuff. So the one I just mentioned, that the one I'm planning to make today possibly is you know, the 5 common mistakes people make when they're packing their luggage to move here or even just visit here. So it's what to bring, but it's really what not to bring, what you don't need to bring. Someone said, "Where did you go?" Can you see me still? Can someone write something in the chat? What do you mean, where did you go? Anyways, sometimes these streams drop and to me it looks normal, and I just keep on talking and no one's there because it crashed. Are you guys there? I'm just gonna keep going. Somebody write something in the chat, please. Anything. I see the number of people going up, so it must be still live. So we're leaving my neighborhood, heading towards town. Nice, someone said something. Now when I walked yesterday, I was on the other side of the road, and I'm looking at this chat now, so if I could have just walked right past my keys. Stay on this side. Why'd the chicken cross the road? Excuse me, why'd the chicken cross the road? No, someone's asking, do I live here with my girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend. Hey Tom, been watching you for years. We're a Canadian family. 2 kids, 5 and 8. Half Khmer, half French. Curious what schooling is like in Kampot. There's different types of schools, right? Like if you're in and I haven't been inside the ones that are in Kampot, but I have a good impression from just being here. And they're wildly different from each other. Like a public school would be way lower budget and way more kind of like primitive. Then you could have a really expensive private learning center, or they'll call it some other name, and it's like owners from Singapore, and it's really expensive cars dropping off kids in front of it, and so it can, and everything in between too. But it's a very small town, so there's not too many schools, but I've walked by 2 or 3. I would bet you there's probably 4 schools here at least, something like that. But what I would predict is if you're not in one of those super expensive ones, there'll be a less focus on English. You know, it'll be more local education. So if you're coming from Canada with young kids, you would need like an international school, and then they all speak English all the time. Even my first job in Phnom Penh was an international school, which is basically just like, that's what the most normal, common, most of them are like that. And the students, they speak English even in their spare time, like even in the holiday, even in the hallways and at lunchtime. And it's like they have maybe a slight accent, and they have mistakes in their tense or grammar, or putting a plural in the wrong place, but they're, oh my God, blah, 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 can you believe on TikTok, and nah. All in English. Like, they just totally speak in English. And it's more like if they want to talk about something and they know I can hear them, they'll switch to Khmer, so I don't know what they're saying. They do it on purpose to be more secret. Okay. There's no way I'm going to, I keep remembering every oh my God, no one ever fixes their brakes. I keep remembering every 10 minutes that I was supposed to be looking for my keys. I'm like walking and trying to mind traffic and motorbikes whipping around and manage this live stream and look for my keys. I don't think it's here. Yeah, I'm so happy single. I could have a girlfriend today if I wanted to, probably. Don't want to. I just feel like that's going to affect my my free time, right? I don't want to. Too self-absorbed to share my free time, to let anyone else feel entitled to my free time. That's no way. And I don't want like someone else's problems to be my problems. Like, fuck right off. And that sounds like a bad thing, but that's only bad if you're dating someone and you have that attitude and you're mistreating them. Like, I just do my own thing and achieve my goals and go for the next thing. And it's not even a glimmer in my mind at all about thinking about that ever. Yeah, I'm in Kampot. I said this a few times, but I know people are tuning in. I got home last night, and not last night. I got home like yesterday afternoon, and I reach in my pocket, and my keys are gone, and there's a hole in my pocket, in the bottom of my pocket. So we're just gonna walk everywhere I went yesterday. It was all in. It wasn't zigzagging. It was like I planned it all to be like to there, then keep going, and then go along the beach, and then up into that patio. It was just kind of like that. But I have no idea when it fell out. They're so lightweight. I think I'm gonna get like a heavier keychain so you can notice if it's in your. It was just 2 little keys and nothing really hanging on it, like just a tiny plastic circle. Like, I should make like a Tom Trips Out keychain and use it and sell them. So yeah, if you're interested in teaching, I got the link below. It's to a TEFL program here in the country in Phnom Penh. It's the one that I did. They're government accredited. It's always when I want to talk about something that it's all the power tools around me. It's with AVSE. They're a government accredited program, so it's not just one of those bogus websites where you pay 20 bucks and get a printout. It's a real accredited program, and on the way out of it, they, as you complete it, they line you up with job interviews and you get your first job. And that's what a lot of people, you know, that's the selling point for a lot of people, because it's very daunting and intimidating to think coming here and you're all on your own and you language barrier, and then you have to somehow compete for jobs. What's good about it too is from day one, imagine you're in a class of like 10 other people. So you sort of have a base of friends immediately, and you study together, and you can role play and pretend you're the student or he's the teacher, and on the weekends you go explore places together. And I did my course like 3 years ago, and I still have three of them are still here, and we're still friends. And then there's 2 more that we hang out with that they did the course like maybe 2 months after us. So they weren't in our class, but they were like just a couple months later, and then we're still friends with them. It's it's a good way to take the pressure off. You know, wondering if you'll just sit in a hotel room alone all the time and you'd have no one to go out with. And they also operate in Vietnam. That's actually their headquarters is Ho Chi Minh. And then the satellite office is the one in Phnom Penh. But if you were going to do long-term in Vietnam, you have to have a degree. So Cambodia is usually the choice if you do not have a degree. And then if you do, you would do Vietnam because they pay more there too. Vietnam actually has a really big need for teachers right now. I've been seeing in the Facebook groups I'm a part of, they're posting there's a shortage of English teachers. And I think a new rule came out in Vietnam recently that English has to be taught now starting from grade 1 in like every school, and this is in Vietnam. So maybe that has something to do with why there's a demand for more English teachers there now. This is a great stream and you guys are great, but I've not been looking for my keys at all. When I wear my sunglasses, every little dot or garbage looks like my keys. So I went down this street. Because the next major street is like the main one, but it's very busy. That's like the big local market, and it's like a just crammed up jam of bikes, cars, people walking, and market stuff. And here's a guy on the wrong side of the road. I was about to step out. I forgot to look into oncoming traffic before I... here's another one. In other news, I booked a hotel in Kep for this Saturday. So there'll be videos coming from Kep in a few days. It's Thursday today, so just 2 more days. I was looking in the weather app for today just to see if I should go out, or is it going to be thunderstorms all day long and it's going to be okay. But when I saw Saturday is like 0 chance of rain. It's just supposed to be a sunny day. So I'm going to the little town of Kep, like a half hour away, or maybe it's 40 minutes away. And it has a big beach actually on the ocean, on the Gulf of Thailand. So, and I've been there before and I have videos up, but it's like from 2.5 years ago. It's been a really long time, and they've built a lot more stuff there. And what the hell is this sound? It's like someone with a motorboat engine on their bike. Can you imagine if I find my keys? So someone's asking, what am I doing in Kep? Am I performing? No, it's holy cow. No, it's totally random. I basically literally I just saw that it was going to be a beautiful day. And I went for it. And also, I'm expecting a good payday, like that week. Like I already know it's coming. I just don't have it yet. Like that'll be Saturday to Sunday. I go there, and it's like 3 days later I get a big paycheck. So it's kind of like I'm celebrating that thing early because that's a very nice weather on Saturday. So there's like dried up. Oops. It smells really fishy here. It's like dried up little river shrimp. And squid. I've had the squid before. It's good. It's really salty kind of. And it is fishy. It is a little bit briny, but what do you expect? It came out of the sea, so. Okay, what are you guys saying here? Yeah, and I'll go to the crab market. I did all the stuff like, but it was like 2.5 years ago, so it's time to refresh. And imagine how small my channel was when I was there. I probably had about maybe 400 subscribers when I was making those videos in Kep the last time I was in Kep. So I have like 50 times the audience now. So it's, to most people, I've never gone to Kep. Like, I mean, most of my viewers, like they don't go back that far to see that one. But there's a playlist called Kep, and you can see when I was there, and I went to an Italian restaurant. I heard that guy moved, so that might be one of the videos. As a tradition, get the gnocchi at that guy's restaurant, but I think he moved to a better location. We're so not gonna find my keys. I just keep I keep remembering after we've already walked a bunch of and I'm dodging construction trucks and stuff. And if you want to help support the channel, you could become a Tom Trips Out member, and there's a link below for that to a members section here, and I have probably like 200 extra videos sitting there, and they're short live streams of when I'm eating something interesting, or when I'm in a new hotel room. I usually go live for members so they see it right away. And publicly, I might not even be making a video that time on that hotel, or if I do, it won't come out for another week or something. So they get to see behind the scenes and see things as I'm doing it right away. And I talk about more personal things too that I wouldn't say publicly. And also, sometimes when I finish videos early and they're up there and they're just scheduled to publish, while they're waiting in private mode, all the members can see those ones early. They get like early access to the scheduled videos. So that's just $4.99, and there's a link below for that. Or if you just want to send like $1 or $2, there's that $ icon, and helps me out. Wouldn't that be wild if we find my keys? I was on the other side. I'm walking on the wrong side of the road. There's just always a truck or an SUV or a motorbike like up my ass every time I want to take a step. I remember this actually. I walked exactly right here yesterday. This yellow van was here. Our covering American says, have you been to Siem Reap? That's where I am now, going to Malaysia next. Yeah, I've visited a bunch of times, probably like at least five times. Each time just for like two or three nights at a time, you know. I've never lived there, but I'd go for like a long weekend or something, or like I think the very first time I went was a longer, like 4 nights, and then every other time it's only been 2 nights or 3 nights. And about 5 times like that, just to make videos or visit on a long weekend or stuff like that. I've got a playlist called Siem Reap. If you look at my channel and go for the playlist section, you can see all the ones I've made in Siem Reap. Then I was thinking I might, because the video I was going to make later is the like 5 mistakes people make when they're packing their luggage to move here. But that's kind of walking around just talking, and then I clip it all together. And then I'll be hungry, and then I could walk over to this. There's a Khmer lady doing street food, but right on the spot in front of you, she makes fresh pasta, Italian style pasta, rolling out the dough and forming the shapes and everything one by hand, then boils it and then makes the sauce. Like, you get to see it all. And she used to be married to an Italian guy that taught her everything, so that's why it's like authentic. But it's really cool because it's right on the street and it's like open kitchen, so I can just stand there and film the whole thing happening. And she's got like a rotisserie chicken machine beside too, so I might like get like a quarter chicken and a couple pastas and show her whole operation, and it'll look, take a tuk-tuk home with all that and save it and eat some of it and all that. That would just be so wild if I find my keys. How far is Kampot from the ocean? You can check on Google Maps. I would guess it's like, it's not far, like 7 kilometers or something. Just got to go down a little bit. There's a place you can go, and it's not that great. I think I've never been there, but it's called Coconut Beach, and you can look it up, and that's basically the real ocean. But I think it's like pathetic as a beach. It's not really a big, huge tourist beach. It's just kind of like a little bit of shore right there. I should go there. It's just kind of like, that would be a place where if you had your own bike, that would be perfect. I don't want to like get a pass up out there and make him wait for me, or I don't know. Maybe on a video where if I rent a motorbike, if I do a video where I rent a motorbike, I can take a rip out to Coconut Beach. I think that would be an easy drive too. It's like one road and then when it ends, you hit the ocean basically. So this was the guest house I went to. Well, we're just outside of it. It's looking at the ground. I messaged them though, and then they didn't say they found it. But we'll see. This place has $1 cocktails. They have a list of like 12 different ones you can get. Like gin and tonic, but even espresso martini and white Russian and anything you could think of. But the liquors are a little bit cheap brands, but it's a good price. Did you find any keys? No? Did you find any keys here? I lost my keys yesterday, but I don't know if it was here or...
I didn't see this morning.
Hey. I don't know where I lost. I probably lost it somewhere else, but yesterday I got home and my keys, I didn't have any keys, and there was a hole in my pocket, in the bottom of my pocket. So I'm retracing my it slipped out the hole somewhere.
I lost 2 sets of the same fucking day, but I thought now, whole still, same thing. Thought, no, I found that fucking barn down by the water. I went back and had a look under my seat, and the second set was sitting there.
So I'm only like halfway through my retracing, so maybe I'll still find it. I don't know. Okay, see you later. It's probably gone. I walked along the beach yesterday too, so I don't... We'll see. T. Patrick says, I'm retired and would like to volunteer as an English teacher's assistant in Cambodia. Maybe 20, 25 hours a week. Yeah, you can do that. It might even be less hours than that. Those hours you just said, that's like a full-time teacher's hours. Like if you assisted every single class that I had when I was a teacher, that's how many hours you would have. But I think sometimes like assistants are only for the very young grades. Above grade 4, the teacher's on their own. Yeah, I don't know if that would actually work. Teacher's assistants are usually like a Khmer girl because they can comfort the child, or they cried or they peed their pants or something, and they lift them up and take them and talk to them, or and the teacher can continue. So you might not be the type they're looking for that kind of job, but you could volunteer to teach. The best place would probably be look up NGOs or charities and things like that. They have sometimes like small classes, or they're helping a small like a small group of people that are maybe getting it for free, and the teachers are on volunteer basis, and they would love to have like your time and your people who care and want to volunteer. But still, that too, I don't think that would be, because imagine that's like 5 hours a day. These places might not have like that hours going on. Like you could have 2 classes that are an hour and a half each or something like that. Like how many students are there out here? But I would look up like charities or NGOs, and like they would be way more open. That's what they're looking for, right? Like for people that want to come volunteer, and sometimes that you can get accommodation in exchange, or meals or something in exchange. Again, remembering, oh yeah, look for the keys. I should just forget about it. Like he already gave me a new set. Like, it's not like an emergency, but it would just be cool if I found them. And we didn't change the locks, so they're still used. If I find them, they're still a good set. It's not like they're garbage. They could be the new backups, you know, when I lose the next set or whatever. Someone says Koh Rong is supposed to be amazing. It is amazing. I also have a playlist on videos from Koh Rong and how to get there and what the boat costs. And one time my cover band, I was in Phnom Penh, there was a resort there that hired us. So they gave us money for the SUV down to Sihanoukville and to pay for the boat, and they let us stay there for free for 2 nights. And we were the band like both nights. And I think one of the days we played twice. Like we played in the afternoon for like their, you know, beach games and everything, and then later at night we were playing again too. And so I have videos and shorts from, this is maybe 2 years ago, of like us with our guitars and our gear, and we're loading them into a little boat, and a guy's like and we're going around, because the speedboat takes you there, but then this resort was not right there. We had to throw our stuff into a really small boat, and we all get in, and this like local guy like zipped us around the side of the island to another. So that was really cool. If you want to see Koh Rong stuff, I have a playlist called Koh Rong, I think. That's another place I'm going to go soon. I've just been waiting for rain season to end, which is like really, it's ending now basically, really soon. This Saturday is like the first day where there's no chance of rain at all. So, but we're winding down in December. I'm going back to Canada for Christmas just for 2 weeks. So we'll see if I fit a trip like before that. I don't know. It might be like right when I get back. So first or second week of January, I might go do a bunch of days in Koh Rong, and I could maybe do, because there's different parts of the islands, and it's hard to, I'm not going to go on and on about that, but I could do like a night here and a night there, and go over there and show and have a video series of like 3 or 4 videos in different parts and all that. to find the keys. Devin says, I just got my TEFL. I'm looking for an online job before I move there. Some platforms I know about: Native Camp, like Native, and then CAMP. Native Camp, Preply, Lingo Ace. I just saw a post by Lingo Ace that they're looking for teachers, actually. Look on Facebook for all these things. In Asia, they use Facebook for like everything. All their e-commerce and their business website and everything is looking on Facebook. Don't look in Google or on the internet, like on the normal internet. I know it's weird, but they like love Facebook for some reason. So I remember yesterday I was pacing around here. Gonna get my phone stolen. Someone says, where in Canada? I'm going to like Toronto, like the suburb of Toronto. It's called Mississauga. That's where I grew up in my parents' house. And then like the last maybe 7 years before I left Canada, I had my own apartment like in downtown Toronto. And, you know, my parents were in that same house, like maybe 40-minute drive away in Mississauga. And I had been living downtown, and then when all the COVID stuff happened, I changed my life and came out here. So now we're not where I walked anymore. We have to cross. Where's your favorite place to eat in town? Well, I like 99% of the time I order delivery. I like to stay home. Because it's weird to go out at night if you're by yourself. But there's a really cheap, good place called Pot and Pan Mexican restaurant, but they have all kinds of normal other food too, pizza and Asian Cambodian food too, but like everything's so cheap. Like a big thing of nachos is like $2.50, and everything's around $2 or $3. So you can get like 3 things, and then all of a sudden there's a promotion code too, and it brings it down a bit more, and it's like, holy cow, for like $5.50 I have a feast for almost 2 people, but I just eat it all, you know. It's very simple stuff, but you know, Mexican can be like that. You got some fresh lettuce, fresh tomatoes, got the tortilla things, and you know, it's pretty simple ingredients wise, as long as you got some fresh stuff and you put it together, and it's going to be good. And what I like about them too is it's always like there's a lot of cheese in there. I'm like always impressed, like holy cow, they give you a lot of cheese. Okay, let's see if we can find my keys. There's way more options in Phnom Penh for restaurants. Another one that's good, I just posted a picture of this the other day at Ekran Noodle. I actually was there yesterday, so we need to go there to see if my keys are there. And we could even get food there. They have this lunch deal from 10:30 to 12:30, and I think right now it's about getting 10:45 or 11 now. So it's happening now. It's $2.75, and you pick a drink and you pick one of these 4 lunch items. and I've been getting dumpling noodle soup. Dumpling noodle soup and an iced coffee, and it's only $2.75, and it's like really good. So I don't see my keys anywhere. That place is good too, and it's a hand pulled noodle, you know, where they're whipping it around in the air and all that. I just find their menu boring, and then I really love shrimp dumplings, and that's on their menu, but they don't just put a clean piece of shrimp in. It's like a mixture they've made ahead of time with crushed up shrimp and spices and little vegetables and all this stuff, and they take a scoop of that and put it in the dumpling, and that sounds great and everything, and they call it a shrimp dumpling, but that's not how I like it. I like the hargao, you know, the crystal. It's like a clear little seashell dumpling, and inside is just pink shrimps, and that's so good. So that frustrates me when I am like, oh yeah, shrimp dumplings, and then it's not the ones that I like or whatever. And they also have su mei or su mai or whatever you call it. You know, the little ones that have like a yellow wrapping around it. And it's supposed to be like a pork meatball or like pork and shrimp with this yellow thing around it. And they do the same thing with that. Like their little meatballs, like made of a mixture of a bunch of, they kind of ruin that and that. And I love those two things, but whatever. It's a really good restaurant. I'm sure people love it. I'm like, that's just my personal preference. It's all homemade and handmade, so that's, you know, can't get any better than that, I guess. Well, I'm not seeing my keys, guys. We just give up. Seeing a lot of beer tabs. I'm gonna get out of the sand. And hey, I've got links below if you want to see extra content on Cambodia. I have like over 200 videos sitting there. It's $4.99 to become a member. Or you could just send small donations or super thanks as well in the chat. This is all new here, this parking lot, and paved and painted and all that. This is like less than a month in this island here. They're developing it. Hey, these lampposts are new. I've been here in a live stream before saying, oh, this is new and that is new, but these lampposts were not here the last time I was here. That's very, very new. Oh. Yeah, I've given up on the keys. I'm getting hungry though. Maybe we'll get those noodles I was just telling you about. It's just, it's kind of tight in there, and there'll be other people eating there, so then I'll be disturbing everyone. Hey guys, look, it's my YouTube channel. That's why I like being out walking, so I'm not bugging anyone else. Someone's asking, is Siem Reap more expensive than Kampot, but cheaper than Phnom Penh? Yeah, I'd say so. You could say that's true, but they're about the same. Siem Reap and Kampot are just both cheaper than the cities, big city. I think like they're so similar, so it's not a big difference, similar in pricing, I mean, but Siem Reap is just a little bit more touristy and a bit bigger. And so I think you have odds of overpaying or getting quoted a high price because they think you're a sucker because it's tourist town there. And that can happen here too, but it's less like that. It's more like everyone's poor here. They don't expect that you have a lot of money here as much as if you're a foreigner walking around in Siem Reap. Someone says, I'm torn between teaching in Cambodia, Thailand, or Vietnam. I have a BS in Psych and an MBA. I'm looking at TEFL courses now. Any opinions on where to teach? I would say Vietnam is the army and the border and stuff like that. And also, that doesn't really affect you, but also their visa policies and rules are really strict and really annoying. And you have to keep following up, and like every 3 months you have to report where you live, and it's all these things. And there's people who are there now that they sometimes contact me like, how's Cambodia? I'm getting so sick of this BS here in Thailand. But I say Vietnam because in Cambodia you don't need a degree or those qualifications, and so you won't be like, you could command a slightly higher salary with that, but you're kind of like, you're so qualified, you should go to the more developed place. So in Vietnam, that's where I'm recommending you. Vietnam, they require a degree, so that means like you're valued more. How, you know, everything you've done and you've earned and your accreditations, you're being actually valued and given credit for that by being allowed to be there and teach. And they pay a lot higher salary in Vietnam too. It's probably similar to Thailand, but it's way more than Cambodia. I'd say it's like starting wage would be like 1.5 times more, like an extra 500 or 600 more a month than working here. And the schools don't really care if you have a degree, but the country themselves, they won't let you get the visa, the long-term visa, unless you have a degree. And the TEFL course that I'm talking about, AVSE, they have their headquarters is in Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam. And I'm always talking about the one here in Phnom Penh, but that's like their satellite branch here. So you could check the link below and go to their website and read all about like the programs they have in Vietnam. That's what I would recommend to you. And Vietnam's rules are also very strict, but it's just to catch people that don't have the documents. So you have all these, everything you just listed that you've earned in your life, like you'd be a shoo-in. And you know, instead of making like $1,300 a month, you would make like $1,800 a month or more, $2,100 a month, like whatever. It could be even more. You have 2 degrees, so. So that's what I recommend. Go check out the programs with AVSE, but the ones that are in Vietnam. And they do a free consultation there. Like if you reach out, or you can register on the website, and that doesn't cost any money, or you don't have to pay anything for that. You just fill in your name and all that stuff, and then in a few days they reach out to you, and you can like ask them all about it, and they'll discuss, and you can go, pass, or wow, this looks great for me. Like they do like a Zoom call if you want, and all that's free. And then you can like tell them that just mention that you heard of it from me, and then I get a tiny kickback, and then I can eat another day. I'm gonna read your stuff here. Someone said, I actually had a video call with Mary for that program. She's in Ho Chi Minh. Pretty awesome meeting. Yeah, so you already went through what I was saying to do, yeah. Yeah, and they're government accredited. So it's not some bogus $20 website. It's like an actual recognized. And some people, this isn't official, but I've heard the owner and other people refer to it in the way that it's almost CELTA equivalent, which some people might laugh or roll their eyes, because CELTA's supposed to be up on a high level, but people have said that about AVSE, that it's, for a TEFL program, it's so strong that it's like getting close to getting up there to a CELTA equivalent. It's such a strong program. Because to keep that government accreditation, they could be audited, and they always have to submit things. And I remember all the paperwork had to be exactly right. And they would say, in case and I think they were audited last year and they passed. They've been a company about, I think it's almost 20 years, like what would that be, 18 or 19 years. I think it says 2007 on their logo. So it's a long-standing reputation and government accreditation. It's worth at least looking into. I love this mountain view, hey? And if you don't trust me, you're like, he's just getting money from it. Like, you could look at, like, just Google it and then look at the Google reviews from random people. There's also a website out there called Trustpilot, and they give things a rating on if it's a scam or not, or, you know, and they have a really strong score on all these things. Then you don't have to take my word for it. So we just passed that noodle place. I wonder if they have my keys. Maybe I'll just stop the live now. It's been an hour. We'll go look at this noodle deal here. Because I had to go up these like steep steps. They have this upper, right here at the tip of my finger, you can go sit up there. And when I came here yesterday, that's like they didn't want anyone in the downstairs. They just said, oh, go up. Like that's what they're confining it all to, the upstairs. And it's kind of cool up there anyway. But the steps were like a straight line. And so maybe that would make me lift my leg, you know, make me bend my knee up high. And that could be where it slid out the hole maybe. Compared to just taking little steps or whatever. I never go when there's a big SUV and then he's got to just be creepy crawling. Like, move. It's going so slow. And now a whole big line of cars is coming now. Devin, are there extended stay hotels in Cambodia? Yeah, any guest house or resort will usually do that. Especially in low season, like 100%. I did it a couple times. I stayed at a place that was 180, I think. 180 a month. And it's like a resort, so the pool, and they clean your room every couple days, and Wi-Fi included and all that, electricity included. It's usually around 200, and then if you look close, you can find ones that are slightly under 200. I think you could even find 150, but then you're probably far down a dirt, like you'd have to go over this, you'd go over this bridge to the other side, which sometimes people think, oh, you're away from the city, you're on the other side of the river. And you go down the road a little bit, and then you would like make a right-hand turn down a red dirt road for maybe 2.5 kilometers. And the resort at the very end of that road they would have them for like 120 or 150. But then every time you're coming to and from your house, you have to go the whole length of that dirt road that has little holes in it from the rain and really overly bumpy and big puddles and stuff. Those are the ones that are more like $100. Yeah, around 200 or 250 you could eat. Well, if you go up that high, you could just get a house, like get a little rental. Like when you rent an apartment or a bungalow or a tiny house in the 1-bedroom little house in the country, and you, as like a lease, you don't have to commit to a year, and it doesn't have to be on the first of the month. Like you could show up any day and just start that day. I guess it's up to the landlord, but most of the time they'll accept any amount of time. When I moved into where I live now, they were about to create the paperwork, and I just said, what's the shortest amount of time, because I don't want to commit to like a whole year and then there's something wrong with this place, you know, or whatever. And I said, can I just do 6 months? And he said, yeah, of course, whatever length you want, sir. Like, please, like, get it. Like, they just want to get you in and get it going. Like, and then I said, if it's good, I'll keep staying longer, and I will. I like that place. I even had little problems like my fridge broke or blah blah blah, but you know, crap happens. I'm only paying 130 at where I live now, so you can't you have to like temper your expectation a little bit. But he's really good. He'll take the fridge away, and 5 seconds later he brings me like a little mini fridge for the meantime, like while he's fixing the other one. And good guy, so I'll stay there, I think. It's Campot, right? There's going to be a little bit of rough around the edges and a little bit adventurous. All right. So consider the program. At least go look into it. You don't have to go blindly sign up just because I told you, but now you have a lead. Like, go to their website and see, and then, you know, cooperate with, look up some reviews or whatever, and then you'll be like, holy shit, he's not talking shit. It's legit, man. I just mentioned you saw it from my videos, and that really helps me out here. That's gonna do it for this episode. I'm gonna go grab that lunch deal. And after that, there's a patio down there called Ricky Tiki Tavi. I went there too, so I might just pop in and see if they have the keys, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gonna make the video. Oh, Verse, you're just too late. I was just saying goodbye. And then I'm gonna maybe film the video today on 4 or 5 mistakes people make when they're packing their luggage, things you don't need to bring, and what you should bring and should not bring when you're coming to Cambodia, what you don't need. And do you think a level 3 or level 5 certification matters to most employers? No, well, if it's your first job ever, then it might come into play a little bit, but whatever experience that you have, that's way more, that's what they are gonna wonder about. That's what's relevant. Do you have any teaching experience? And then you'd be like, no, I've never taught at all. I have not even for 1 minute. But at least I have a TEFL 5. But if you're like, I have zero experience at all, and you should pick me over everyone else because I got a TEFL 3, I got the lower one. But they might not care. You could just put TEFL and just omit what number it is. You don't have to like tell them that. And they'll be like, okay, and you got your TEFL certificate? And you're like, yeah, I received my thing at that place, to say the name of the place or whatever. They're good. You don't have to, you might not have to announce what level TEFL it was. So that's actually would be my real advice. Don't put the 3. And don't lie. Don't say it was 5. Just say you have a TEFL certificate. Don't write down a number that's going to make you look lower, you know. And remember, the first advice was experience would like trump all that. So just focus on that. Like, that's what they really want to know. What have you done? Holy cow, I'm getting a low battery message now. It's definitely time to pack her in. All right, thanks for watching. Everyone, consider becoming a member and go look into AVSE. And stay tuned. I've been cranking out videos every 3 days. So if you're just finding me now, go to my channel and videos and just kind of scroll back, and because the last, probably 20 videos have all been, every 3 days. So they're all pretty recent from Campot. Yeah, and there's a new airport in Phnom Penh. I haven't been there. I did a video on it a long time ago when they were announcing it was going to open, and I had all these pictures and slideshow and little videos I found of it. But now you can actually go there, and I have never been there. But I do have a video with some info on it, without actually being there. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Go do it. Until next time, remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start tripping out.